Hello, good evening and welcome to business. Now, some bank treasurers and currency dealers say they don't expect the planned dollar auction to significantly stabilize the Ghana cedi. The Bank of Ghana will from this Wednesday start selling part of the cocoa loan to commercial banks. But why are some of the banks not optimistic about the move? George Wiafe tells us more.
According to some commercial banks, their concerns are based on the fact that the amount of dollars the Bank of Ghana is putting out is not enough to meet their demand. For instance, one of the top-tier banks which is participating in the auction is looking for 20 million needs of their customers for this week. However, according to the auction rules, they are just entitled to $4 million, which they say is woefully inadequate. Some of them have also told Joy Business that if the current challenge is really about demand from corporate institutions, then just a fraction may not be enough to completely address the problem, but just slow the pace of depreciation on the forex market rather than completely halting it. Some of the banks have told Joy Business that on the average, they would need about $100 million a week. The regulator, on the other hand, have argued they are being strategic with the release of the $1.8 billion cocoa loan syndication to banks so that they don't end up depleting all their reserves. The central bank is planning to sell $20 million this Wednesday, another $20 million on December 14, and the final tranche will be done on December 28. The Bank of Ghana is planning to carry out this cocoa loan syndication auction every quarter to meet the needs of all the banks over a period.
Swiss International Hotels and Resorts has signed an agreement to acquire a majority stake in Alisa Hotels in Accra. The partnership will help upgrade facilities and improve services to meet the global standards in the hospitality and hotel industry in Ghana. Speaking in an interview with Joy Business at a press conference, Executive Director of Alisa Hotel, Kwame Ufosu-Bamfo, was optimistic the partnership will contribute meaningfully to the hospitality service industry in the country.
To improve hospitality services of hotels in the country. Besides an upgrade of services and facilities, Swiss Spirit Hotels and Suites Alisa Accra has added to its portfolio the Swiss Cafe Restaurant and Lounge. The arrival of the Swiss Spirit Hotel and Suites brand in Ghana earmarks Swiss International's commitment to the hospitality industry. The company is already represented in other African countries with 2 hotels in Nigeria, a hotel in Sierra Leone, and a hotel in Rwanda. In an interview with Joy Business at a press conference, Executive Director of Alisa Hotel, Kwame Ufosu-Bamfo, said he expects the move to give the hotel an added advantage over its competitors.
Give us training. We book through their booking engine, and Alisa Swiss Spirit on their website. So it gives us leverage over those people who don't have an international chain. So that is the motivation.
The CEO of Swiss International Hotels and Resorts said the partnership comes at a very opportune time in the hospitality industry.
More and more brands are coming to Ghana, which I think is an excellent sign, because the more brands you bring, the more advertising for Ghana and for Accra, and for which other city than ever. And what we as Swiss International bring to the country is a degree of Swissness, and that is a richer environment in hospitality than strictly the delivery of eating, drinking, or sleeping.
Now, the agricultural sector recorded no foreign investments in the third quarter of the year, while its performance has been on the decline over the years now. As part of efforts to step up investments in the sector, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, is advocating agricultural-based research aimed at turning around the fortunes of the sector.
The need for an agricultural investment plan that will yield meaningful returns to the economy has become crucial. Statistics indicate growth in the agricultural sector has declined over the years, recording 4% in 2015 from 4.6% in 2014. The poor performance could also be attributed to relatively low foreign investments. To this end, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center is encouraging more research into the sector aimed at exposing investors to several opportunities. Speaking to Joy Business at a seminar in Accra, the Chief Operating Officer of the GIPC, Carl Nelson, explained how agricultural-based research could change the story of the sector.
The GIPC has realized that there's a need for research findings to be made available to people in practice or in business where the research findings are needed. Now, we also realize that researchers themselves need to be informed about the issues that crop up in business, issues on which they can research for problem solving or for improvement in current practices, right? So we realize that because of that, we have part of our function has been to facilitate and promote business for the development of the economy of Ghana. This is one way we can put our function to practice. Therefore, we are bringing them together to improve yield or to improve practice on the production side, and also to improve the quality of research, because communication with people in practice will tell the researchers where to direct their research for improvements.
Meanwhile, senior research scientist at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Dr. Grace Balfrey Aku, is calling for more support to enable agricultural research scientists come out with appropriate information that will be beneficial to investors.
We believe that entrepreneurs, government, and other stakeholders should invest in agriculture. In our research findings, they should invest and use it, upscale, and promote them. That is only when the economy would grow. That is when we look at it at the value chain. When it comes to production, what goes to production? We have transporters there, we have the packages there and all that. And then there will be all these buy industries that will come out.
The seminar was under the theme Research Findings and Investment Opportunities in the Agricultural Sector.
And in another development, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, has in its third quarter investment into the country report recorded $241 million. The following report finds out whether this level of interest in the country, despite the upcoming elections, has impacted on investment attraction.
According to the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, the total value of investments from July to September reached $241 million. This is what it got for some 46 projects registered with the center. However, compared to the same period last year, this actually marks about 70% reduction in the $820 million secured in the third quarter of 2015. Investments brought in by foreigners for the third quarter of 2016 reached $235 million. But when you compare this amount to the same period in 2015, it actually represents a 59% reduction in direct investments. The projected jobs that will be created for Ghanaians have also gone down by some 75% compared to the same period last year. But the center has maintained that if you compare the investment numbers so far to the same period in 2015, it supports claims that the election has not impacted negatively on capital attraction.
And that's all in business. Many thanks for your time. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji.